What's going on, everybody? John Stamper. We are here. It is Spear Summit 2025. It is Friday. Been an absolute blast having all these conversations with so many of the great people that are here. And again, as you think about Spear education, you think of such a cornerstone of education in dentistry. So I'm very excited and honored as we keep these conversations going to be spending some time with Dr. Ricardo Mitrani. How you doing?
Doing good.
Yeah.
Doing very good. Thanks. Yeah. How about you?
I'm doing wonderful. It's been fun to kind of watch you run around. It's been a busy week.
It is. It is a great week. You know, sorts of things going on. We kicked off with a leadership symposium on Wednesday, and then the main event Thursday. So a lot of people. We have over 1,000 people here.
Yeah. Yeah. And so, we've been talking to a lot of the clinicians here about just the importance of continuing their education and all of that. But there's also a lot of exciting things going on with Spear. And leadership was mentioned a lot when they were talking. I was asking a lot of the doctors, what's been some of the, takeaways, a lot of great feedback just on leadership. It's obviously kind of been a big theme at this year's summit.
So we have a leadership symposium every year.
Yeah.
And it's near and dear to me because I happen to present in that symposium myself. You know what we do as clinicians, it's meaningless if we are not able to be good leaders.
Yeah.
And that's not something that's taught in dental school.
Yeah.
We can get pretty proficient clinically, but we don't understand how to lead a group. We don't understand, sometimes the emotional component of being there and listening to our team players and being a good leader. So people really like to sit through these lectures as well because there are very powerful insights.
Yeah. I was having a conversation with Dr. Farr earlier today. She was telling her story of where the passion for practice management came in. For you on the leadership side, was there kind of a time early in your career, later in your career, when you really realized like how important leadership was, and then you started to invest time into that?
Leadership is kind of like occlusion, if I may throw a dental term
I love
there.
it. Yeah.
Why is that? Because we only learn about occlusion when we suffer.
Yeah.
Right? When we suffer, when patients like fracture restorations that we place on them, that's when we wonder, what are we doing wrong? Or how can we improve what we're doing? And with leadership, kind of like the same thing happens. Or my journey for sure had to do with that. I wasn't a good leader because I was not trained to be a leader, and so this is not a plug and play type of thing.
Yeah.
So my passion for putting together a leadership course stemmed from the need for understanding what is that I could do to be a better leader. I've been a speaker for quite some time, and this has entailed traveling, and often traveling around the world. And when you do that, you kind of neglect your team.
Sure.
So I kind of learned the painful way of truly realizing that for the practice to function, somebody has to take the role of a team builder, and team building is a full-time job.
Yeah.
And so that's when the light bulb was on in my mind, and I'm so happy that I was able to take a deep dive into reading a ton of books on the matter and trying little by little to implement some of the fundamental aspects of how to become being a good leader starts by being self-aware and listening to your team.
Yeah.
And so I'm fortunate enough to now have the best team I had in 20 years, but based on sound principles, trial and error.
Yeah.
And these are things that now we are sharing with our community, and they resonate quite a bit.
Yeah. What would you say to a newer dentist that's watching this? They're on the fence about making the investment to, attend campus, become a member of Spear. They know that it's valuable from what they've heard, but obviously they've got the investment side. What would you say to them about finding a way to be able to be a part of this as early as they can in their career?
Yeah. Well, a great starting point is coming to Summit, for instance. This is the first time Summit is open to the general public, which was great. Get to know the community, get kind of to know, the products that we are offering. That stems anywhere from being having a membership on Spear Online and there's a ton of content there that can be very useful. By doing that, you also have the opportunity to hop on Spear Talk, which is a virtual community of like-minded people that allows the younger clinician to also ask what to do in case of X, Y, and Z. So that's pretty cool. And of course, take our online courses. We have seminars, we have workshops. So there are a whole host of different possibilities for younger folks to engage, and that's what we want. We want a vibrant, young community of clinicians that see us as their partners, and then continue in their journey.
Can you talk about the importance of implementation? So we talked about a new dentist coming here to Summit or going to campus, taking an occlusion course, taking a restorative course. But then, as you know, Dr. Mitrani, taking that back to their practice and implementing it as a whole new thing, as well as getting their team on board. Can you talk about some of the work that you all are doing at Spear to make sure that you've got these support programs like you've had for education for all these years, but now adding things like Navigator and Spear Practice Solutions to really help the practice implement what they learn?
Yeah, and so basically, one of the really cool things about becoming part of the community at Spear is that we won't let you on your own. We always have opportunities to almost handhold newer members and give them these tools, whether it's something like navigation or to have a consultant that will walk you through what are the parts and pieces of the curriculum that makes sense to take in a sequence that allows for implementation to be more streamlined, more like a logic step, and to understand that this is a one step at a time. Dentistry is beautiful, and the beauty about dentistry is discovery. Every day we discover new things, and I think what can potentially be frustrating is you come to these to our summit, for instance, and you see. I typically see Spear as if it was an amazing museum of art. Put it that way. Look at this analogy. And resident faculty and what we have in our campus are kind of like our fixed exhibits. And on Summit, we invite some of the very best speakers in the world. So that would be like an itinerant or temporary exhibit. And people walk into a museum, right, and experience all those art pieces, which happen to be members of the community, and you start consuming those art pieces and understanding a bit more and more. And then you come to these meetings and you have like these other speakers that come from all over. So you truly get a sense for what dentistry looks like in the world. And what Spear does is that it basically allows the members of our community to consume as little or as fast as you want in order to get to the next level. And so there are multiple ways of doing it, and I wouldn't want to tell you there's this only one way. Some people want to go through the curriculum much faster. Some folks want to take it one step at a time. There's no right or wrong way of doing it. They're all right. And so what we want is for folks to see Spear as this partner that wants to work together with younger clinicians, for the long haul, and basically customizing sort of whatever it is that they need in their own particular journey. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. And then finally, when you look out the next couple of years with dentistry, what are you most excited about?
Well, if you know a little bit about me, you'll know, and we had a conversation before. Technology is amazing, and I love technology. But the one thing that excites me more is hopefully influencing our marketplace so that dentists become more compassionate about the patient, truly embarking more in the human journey of the patient. Technology will free us a lot of time to do that. So again, we're not really taught in those areas that are, to me, so fundamental. And so I would love to see dentistry become a more human profession one where we can leverage AI and technology, perhaps, to have better diagnostic tools, but then to free us some time to be able to connect with the patient
Yeah.
in a human way, not in an artificial way.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Absolutely. I love that. And that's kind of what you're hearing. You're hearing people talk about AI and the initial thoughts about it, excitement about it, concerns.
Yep.
And one of the
Yep.
things I am hearing more recently is the giving back the clinicians time
You bet.
to be more human with the patient. So I love that.
Because by doing that, we become more human in general.
Yes.
And that's something that I believe
Yeah.
our societies need today more than ever.
Yeah. I love it. Well, thanks for your time. Congrats on a very successful summit.
Thank you.
Look forward to seeing where things go here with Spear. You guys are continuing to just do amazing things in dentistry. So it's always a pleasure to spend some time with you. All right. Thanks, Dr. Mitrani.
Pleasure.
Thanks, everybody.